on view, and I didn't feel good. So I was like, I'm gonna go lay down. I didn't really think it was seizure-ish, not feel good, but there was like a lot of pressure in my head. So I'm like, I'm gonna go lay down. That's the last thing I remember. The next thing I know, Cheney is full body on top of me, licking my face, and I bit my tongue. So I know that she brought me out of a seizure.
Yeah, what's watching them? Bringing patients out, licking them, rolling them over.
See, she just laid on top of me. I don't know. I guess that was just her instinct. She had no training.
She definitely knew something was wrong.
Yeah, she followed me back there. I came out like, I think your dog just saved my life.
Oh, man. All right, so welcome to 304 BB Hits Gym in the Mountain with hashtag Rachel Moy and Slim Red. We are discussing about how dogs are able to sense cancers or seizures and how some dogs are trained. And in her experience, as you just heard, a dog had naturally on instinct knew
that I was going to have a seizure, and she followed me to the bedroom and brought me out of it.
Yeah, so that's pretty cool.
That was Cheney. One of the best dogs I've met.
Because, we talk about dogs a lot on the air, and Rachel had taken ownership of a rescue dog, Una, who's always in the background with us. And I recently am babysitting. I don't know if I'm babysitting it or keeping it at the moment, but we think it's a German Shepherd Husky.
I think it's Rot and like Basset Hound.
Right, Basset Hound. Because she's short and she's 2 years old, and she definitely has those collars.
Yeah, she has the markings of a Rot, but the tan is lighter than like the golden tan. It's like a whitish tan or gray tan. Yeah, but I still think she still looks like a Rot in the face.
Her face is so short. Oh, she's
well, her snout isn't as long as Una's, but it's longer than what you would.
Una stood up, but she sat down. She's over there sniffing her.
She's like Phoebe. She's like, if we're not outside, leave me alone.
Yeah, this is my house. Yeah, so, and she listens really well, except for that running up on people. She's a skittish. Rachel said she needs Zany. Doggy Xanax.
Yeah, she's very anxious dog. Constantly moving, constantly whining, constantly on edge.
Yeah, so we are animal lovers over here. Matt finally got Bubba with a set of gloves to get on his hand and dance. He still tries to bite the shit out of the gloves, but in between those biting moments, he chirps and dances. It's so funny. He'll land on the glove, but it's more of an attack, like an eagle.
Yeah. Flogging, that's what it is. When you grab with your claws and bite with your beak, I flog you.
And then Lucy bit the crap out of a kid the other day. So
she's the nice one.
Oh,
they're influencing each other.
Yeah, she's becoming more like Bubba than I had wanted her to. I was trying to hope she would calm him down.
Yeah, I think she did a little bit, from what I could tell.
He definitely wants more attention and petted. Like, we pet her. Now, you can still pet her under her wings and stuff.
I don't know which one's whining. I think it's Una. Like, play with me.
Well, no, Una isn't trying to play, and that dog is.
No, I think it's the opposite. Every time she gets
Oh, and that she isn't understanding the laying down. She thinks that she's laying down. He wants to sniff her.
Yeah, that's all Kato wants to do is sniff her. And Una's like, everyone she went to sniff her butt, Una snapped at her, like, play with me, don't sniff me.
Maybe they need out.
Maybe.
They could go jump around. You want to go jump around.
See, if she was German, you said German Shepherd and what?
Well, see, the neighbor took a picture.
I think she would be bigger if she was German Shepherd and Husky.
Yeah, that's what I thought. Huskies
because
were huge.
She would be bigger than Una, because Una is Husky, Pyrenees, and Pit.
Yeah.
So there's no way that she's...
He took a picture of her and uploaded it, you know how...
And then compared. Yeah. That's what we did to Una, and we found that most likely it was Lab.
My phone doesn't do that.
Pit. Well, I had to do the old-fashioned way. There was no face recognition.
Yeah, he just took a picture of her, recognized it, found similar images, and the one that kept popping up was the Husky and German Shepherd mix. Our Husky brought too. They look the same. But I thought those were tall dogs. Don't you
They
remember
are
Aunt
tall
Wanda's dogs
That's
being
why
tall?
I was saying, I don't think that is...
I think her snout is definitely short.
It's not as short as you think it is. Just think of pugs. They have no snout. It's the smushy. Or Pekingese.
That's what
it's
she
just
reminds
the
me of. And
smushy-
she almost has
but
that little bite.
She has a snout. It's just not as long as Una's.
She don't have no sight. Maybe that's
Well,
why she runs up on people.
Hers would be mid-range. How Una's would be long
Sniper.
distance. Yeah, she would be mid-range, like an assault rifle or something. And then the Pekingese would be the handguns. Up close and personal. Or a shotgun. But yeah, so I'm looking it up, but I think maybe Basset Hound isn't the right mix. They have the long floppy ears.
Oh, yeah, she has this. I don't think her ear is docked. They're like Una's.
No, they're not docked. They're similar to Una's, but smaller. You're right, she has a smaller head.
She does want her to chase her.
She wants her to go out.
Yeah. Go, Kata. It's okay.
It's okay. Go play.
Go play.
It's okay.
Go. Go get her. Yeah.
Is she in heat, Kata?
I don't know.
She looks swollen.
I didn't look at her. She keeps licking it.
She looks like she's in heat.
Well, maybe that's why she was running.
You don't want to let her get pregnant.
No. I don't think Una's going to make her pregnant, though.
Well,
How
no,
long did
I'm
it
just
last?
saying, like 2 weeks. It was pretty bad, 2 weeks.
You said she bled everywhere.
We used a pair of Ariana's underwear and a pad when it got bad. And she'd keep it on while we were looking, but every time she'd disappear, she'd come back without it.
Those are sneaky.
Yeah, but when I left and went to work the first day she was in heat, Leah was here watching the kids, and Leah said that she stayed at this door and cried and whined and paced back and forth for 2 hours at least. And then when Matt came home, he said there was blood all over the linoleum from where she was worrying herself.
She need to go out there.
Well, I told
And
Leah only let her out to use the bathroom and then make sure she comes back in when you're done because I don't want her pregnant.
Right.
But she went so nuts when we locked her in the house one day when she was in heat that she went out this little window here behind the microwave.
Goodness.
I know. I didn't think it was possible because we had the bedroom door shut so she couldn't go out that window. Went out this little window and then came in our bedroom window when she was done being outside and was asleep on our bed. We're like, how the fuck did you get in the bedroom? Door shut, door still shut. And then we realized that the microwave was... She didn't even knock the microwave off. I don't know how she did it.
It's clever. And she's so nimble.
She is. She's quick and
like she
nimble.
could tightrope.
She got some skills.
Speaking of super skills, China made a super dog. I didn't really read much into it, but it's
How?
a beefier.
Was it genetically
Yeah, it's
modified?
genetically. It looks like a pit bull on steroids.
Oh my god.
Or how they did those cows on top of muscle, like muscle on top of muscle on top of muscle. And it's living, it survived. They got it trained and shit.
Wow.
Yeah, right? So now they want to make superhumans.
Wow. Well, speaking of bizarre, we know that it's possible for you to absorb one's twin.
Right. We actually have a friend.
We have a friend that that happened to. But
Crazy.
There is rare cases where they don't completely absorb the twin, and it happened in Brazil quite recently. Well, he did absorb him, but
let's start. So when a woman is pregnant, sometimes the one twin can absorb the other twin, or if it dies in the womb, it absorbs
the dead body,
as nutrients and stuff.
So, in this case, instead of it becoming nutrients, the absorbed twin became a parasite and was feeding off of the other twin in order to live or survive.
That's crazy.
Yes. Now, this baby boy was born pregnant with the twin he had absorbed.
Oh,
now, usually they don't develop a brain or anything like that. This parasite twin did.
Really?
Yeah, he did. It didn't have a skull though, and it wasn't very big. But it was it was one of the rarest cases because it did develop a brain.
Oh my goodness. Because I know Sam's mom, her body absorbed, Sam was a twin, and they found little fetal bones in the cyst on her ovary.
Oh.
Right?
That sounds like what should happen. It doesn't seem like you should be able to absorb one's twin and turn it into nutrients.
Brain? Yeah.
Seems like you should have that in a cyst somewhere as waste. That should just be taken out with the baby when it's born.
Like, oh, here's the other end. Yeah.
But I guess that's nature, because, there isn't always surgery.
No.
If she was born in a different time, would still have that cyst containing the bones and everything.
Oh, yeah, that was years later that they removed it. Like, she had already, it was before she got sick.
So, I guess, naturally
Sam
speaking,
too,
it does make sense to be able to turn it into nutrients. But then think about how horrible that would have been for the kid if he was born at a different time, having to live with his twin parasite.
Or how often did that happen?
Or how would it continue to grow afterwards?
Do you
how
remember
does
that Tales
work?
from the Crypt episode where the puppet guy had, I think it was the guy, Bobcat Goldway, used to use the voice. He had a twin, a parasitic twin on his body. And it was really the ventriloquist. I almost fucked that word up.
Oh, man.
You're probably too little for the Tales from the Crypt episodes.
I remember them. I do. I remember the movie Demon Knight the most.
That was at the end.
But I do remember the Tales of the Crypt, just not as much as I
Aunt Shirley had everything from HBO, Showtime, and Cinemax recorded on this huge collection of VHSs. Her and Uncle Danny, I wonder if they still if one of them kept it. It was like, do you remember their VHS? They had every Tales from the Crypt on the planet.
I was a child, what I remember the most is their trampoline and that hill that we used to ride big wheels down.
Yeah. They used to play Pass the Pig every weekend.
I don't even know what that is.
Night. I know, it's like these two pigs, and you roll them like dice.
Oh, God.
It's fun. It's a drinking game.
Oh, okay, that's why I wasn't aware of it.
Yeah.
I was too young. I was off in my own world. La la.
Yeah.
I'm playing.
Yeah, you guys were always playing. And us older girls hung out with Aunt Shirley and Uncle Danny.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I met someone from my younger years and
The yesteryears.
the yesteryears. Not even childhood years. Right after I had Khalil years. She's my new caseworker at the DHHR. And we were staring at each other, and she's like, "You look so familiar." And I was like, "Yeah, you look familiar too." I said, "I'm not sure." And she said, "I think my cousin Nikki used to do your hair." And I was like, "Oh, I know who you are." And then we started talking, but yeah.
We should go take the civil service test and work for them.
Definitely, they need people, for sure.
Yeah. It don't take nothing but that test.
True.
If you got an 8th grade level
I don't
education
know,
to pass
though,
that
man.
test,
That room is horrific. I was just telling her about, she
collars.
started laughing at me. She's like, "You think the room is horrific, but you work at the lunatic asylum." She said, "You think this is scary, but you work in an old insane asylum."
But it wasn't made to look like an institution.
I said, "Well, to be honest, I'm a little bit claustrophobic, so this is nerve-wracking. There isn't even a window. Like, good God, how the fuck do you do this?"
Yeah.
And then I was like, and the insane asylum is a big open place with lots of windows I could jump out if need be.
Yeah, not even that. It's got the architecture and everything.
It's 9 acres of floor space. This is a small and boxed, enclosed room, a cell. Get me the fuck out of here. You don't even have any pretty pictures on the walls. You have 2 flyers that I've already read
100 times.
And my phone is dying, so I can't go through Facebook. I ended up drawing on the envelope.
You have to have something to do because it's freaking minor.
I was going to have a panic attack if I didn't find something to do.
They're probably recording your behavior. This is what poor people do.
They can't live without a distraction from their horrible lives.
Look at